Hello and welcome to the Our Metroidvania podcast. This is Cauldrath from the Our Metroidvania subreddit and Discord.
Hi, this is Master. I'm also from there.
Hi, I'm Atcero, and I am the local Belmont simp.
And today we are playing Dead Cells while we discuss Biomes.
Continuing
What-
our trend of not playing Metroidvanias on the Metroidvania podcast.
Yes.
Oh, it's fine.
What makes a biome unique? How do game developers choose how to make their biome different from other biomes? It's all in the presentation and the music and all the things.
Even down to the colors they pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did this a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
But there was still a lot more ground to cover. So we figured we'd do it again.
There is an exhaustive number of different types of biomes that each kind of have their own tropes.
Like the sewers. It's gross. It's dirty. There's water, and there's probably rats.
Yes. Sewers are, well, in Dead Cells, the sewers are toxic, so it's not very good for your health to stand in the sludge.
I mean, that's probably true of real sewers as well.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, God. Oh, no. Jeez. That's a lot of references.
Yeah, that wasn't there before. Oh yeah, I think there was an update specifically that just added a bunch of references, so it's fine.
So obviously you've played this a few times because you're
I
starting
have.
out with a bunch of stuff.
Haven't played it in a while though, at least not since... Hasn't been quite a year, but it's close to a year.
Yeah. Oh, there's
Yeah,
the sludge. There's the obligatory sludge monster.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't played this game since early access. And it's actually the reason I went to the Discord and subreddit, because I was just so mad about this game. I had to find people who could actually tell me which games were Metroidvanias or not. Because you can't trust Steam tags.
Hey, well, you
I
can't
agree.
even trust the subreddit. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but it's a little better than the Steam tags.
It's a little better.
Well, a little.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But yeah, what music would you usually associate with sewer levels?
Sewers kind of don't have their own set theme. I think I feel most of the time levels kind of just go with the flow of whatever fits their own unique sewer. Like Oblivion did the usual cave music, if I remember correctly, so it was kind of very atmospheric and melodic. Portrait of Ruin was the only ones that, oh god, of course. Portrait of Ruin was one of the few. They had a kind of not super upbeat, but not quite a solemn song. This one sounds pretty upbeat. Yeah, drippy, creepy jazz is good too.
So
Maybe
you're going from
purely-
the less toxic sewers to the more toxic sewers.
I was never in sewers, I was in the prison quarters to begin with. Now I'm in the sewers.
Oh, now you're an actual sewer.
Yeah. Generally, I think sewers rely on more atmospheric
Yeah,
music. kind of
like
in the
this
background.
music. This is pretty atmospheric.
Maybe.
Here, I'm gonna turn up the music a bit. Not too much, but a little
Okay.
bit.
I could turn up the music in my own settings.
There we go. Hopefully people can hear that now. Quigley said low, bassy music with trap and or lo-fi drum back. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, Castlevania never really deals with sewers, so I don't really... I guess Walking on Edge is kind of the sewers. Those are more cave sewers, I guess.
Yeah, there is that difference between them where sewers are man-made and caves are not.
Yeah. Like, usually, I could see more, not technos per se, but a lot more... not natural music, I guess, if that makes sense.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it's... I guess techno would probably be the best way to put it. Or synthesized. Synth is what I was going for. Synth instruments, kind of to
So
show
also,
that.
in what settings do you usually see sewers, though? Sewers are the remnant of, you know, some sort of man-made place, and it's... So usually, the type of game it's in, you know, you have some sort of city that would need the sewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, like where is all the stuff coming from in these sewers?
Well, there used to be like a kingdom and stuff came into the sewers. I don't know.
And now those
That's
cities are dead. Like dead cells.
Ha ha ha.
But would you still get the sewage?
I mean...
I mean, the sewage is just sitting there. It's already there, I guess.
Yeah,
and it
I would
doesn't have very
say-
good drainage.
Yeah, actually, these sewers, it seems like they just have like puddles around. A sewer is designed to like have
No, it has
the-
water flowing.
Well, okay. It's not supposed to flow like that, like waterfalls.
Yeah, but that's the typical, that's the stereotypical one.
Well, it's wrong.
Yeah. I have never heard of Le Jardin de Lucie. I don't know how to pronounce that. Le Jardin de Lucie? But no, I have not.
Sounds French or something.
It sounds very French. Okay, I'll have to look at that after then. Perfect
Yeah,
sewer music.
But yeah, if you have stagnant water in your sewer, you designed your sewer wrong.
I agree.
Unless, you know, no one's there to upkeep the sewer, so then it becomes stagnant because the infrastructure breaking down.
I mean, it's possible, but still.
You guys ever think about the workers who died? No, you only think about yourselves and how the sewer is incorrectly made.
Maybe the city would still, maybe the city would still be around if they hadn't made such crappy sewers.
You know what? That's
I mean,
very
in this
fair.
game, that's probably accurate, to be honest.
Probably.
Well,
Fruit tower.
do we have much more to say about sewers?
Not sure actually. They're gross. They're usually full of dead things or decaying things. They're really musty feeling. You know, like look at the fog in this area. It just feels
Yeah.
musty.
Are we talking about how game sewers are or how real sewers
Game
are?
sewers.
Oh,
Oh, now we're going to the ramparts. Look at that. Castlevania time! Oh no, it's the passage.
If I was playing this game normally, I wouldn't be skipping all the stuff in some of these areas because there are, you know, scrolls to pick up to increase your stats that I have not picked up.
But there's also the time gates, so if you're speedrunning, then you can at least get those.
Yeah, but I'm like 4 minutes ahead of this time gate that I just went into. It's for 8 minutes. I'm only 4:23 and I have plenty of time.
What did
there
that
isn't too
say?
much to comment on, I think. Oh, it's a slipshod game design because
Oh,
how
slipshod.
can you make your bow better on this
On the grindstone,
whetstone
yeah.
sort of
That's
thing?
fun.
Yeah, grindstone. I don't think there's too many interesting places to comment on in Dead Cells though. I mean, of course you have the sewers, but a lot of it's kind of just castle adjacent areas.
Oh, but castles are great. Castles
So
are.
yeah.
I
You know,
love
we could start
me some
getting into
castles.
all the other kinds of biomes that you won't find in Dead Cells.
That's very true. I will pull up the list. Alright. Well, we did kind of talk about desert last time, because I had a whole thing in there. Do we want to talk about desert levels, or...?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. So as we said last time, deserts are usually Egyptian-themed, because there's apparently no other good basis for desert-themed areas. So that usually includes, like, pyramids, zither instruments in, like, syncopated melodies half the time. Even Waxworks had that. I mean, like, that whole level for the pyramid took place in a pyramid. Or for Egypt took place in a pyramid.
Yeah, you usually see, like, the sandy deserts,
Yeah.
not so much, like, rocky deserts like you
Yeah.
get in the U.S. West.
Yeah, you don't usually see that, yeah. I mean, that's a very valid desert. Why don't we get more of that?
All deserts are valid.
Exactly. But yeah, usually get the sun-kissed dunes with the wind and the frickin' sandstorms instead of the tombstone cowboy ones. Can we talk about
Technically,
desert levels? No, we cannot.
Technically, tundras are deserts,
Yep,
so that's
they are.
one that you can see.
But we don't
those
even
aren't
really get
included.
tundras half the time either. Half the time they're just big snowy ice levels.
Yeah. I mean, usually a mountain, like a snowy mountain, is going to allow more interesting Metroidvania design than
Yeah.
a tundra. Like, the biggest problem with that biome is that they're naturally pretty flat. So, to actually do anything Metroidvania like with verticality, you need to add some sort of ruins or caves.
Yeah.
I agree. Not the most interesting map to have in a Metroidvania.
Very common.
Perhaps. Focus on killing all these bats and things.
That's one of the other things that determines if it's a Metroidvania, if you have bats to kill.
Yep,
I
if you
agree.
don't have bats, it's not a Metroidvania. Sorry, people. I don't make the rules. Oh, wait. Yes, I do.
What rules do you make?
Gatekeeping.
Oh.
Like, sorry, this one's a crest lick.
Sorry. Sorry. They didn't even have desert. Oh, they had the desert Situm in Gargoyle's Quest 2. Never mind, I take that back. Not in Demon's Crest, though. They'd never had a desert.
Not that I can think of.
Nope. They had ice levels, though.
Yeah.
Which were very waltz-like, actually. Ice levels usually tend to, yeah, have the crystal instruments, lighter-themed bells kind of stuff. Almost sometimes feels like Christmas, because that's just what we associate with ice at this point, and snow is Christmas music as well, I would say. Yeah, those always have the floors. No matter what, there's floors that slide.
Well, there's, like, in existence, there wasn't any sliding.
No,
Even
and
though
I'm kind of wondering if it's because they couldn't code it in, though.
Maybe.
Just assume they were lazy and not that it was an intentional choice.
That's
I'm
what
not
I
saying
always do.
lazy. I'm just saying they didn't know how to code it in. Lazy is completely different than not knowing.
I mean, you could just figure out how to code it in.
Oh my god, just figure it out, bro.
Yeah, just get good.
Exactly.
See, that's easy for you nerds who actually can code. It's
Huh.
disgusting to me.
But you could learn to code.
No, I couldn't. I am so dumb with code. Even in engineering, I'm stupid with code. Code does not click with my mind in any capacity. So no, I could not learn.
Sounds like quitter talk.
It is, because
Yeah.
I don't want to learn it, too. It's not even going to be fun for me.
Alright.
So there's no point.
Well, the point would be to create something amazing.
Why
even
would I do
though
that? I would rather
you'd
do
have
it on a
to be challenging.
team. Coding is
She's
just
saying
You
magic.
just need the right team.
What she's saying is she wants us to code for her.
Yeah, I do
Oh, I
all
see.
the art and the music. You guys do all the heavy lifting. Boom. Problem solved.
Hey, I'll consider it.
Except there's a bunch of level design that needs to be put into thought too and stuff. That's
There's
a lot.
of work into making a game.
There's a lot of work. And Biomes filters into that level design. Like, if you have a snowy level, you're not just gonna randomly have, like, sand around or some shit. I think that's something. Well, mixing stuff can be cool. Like having like those crystal caverns with life in them, I guess, like Celeste. That stuff's cool.
You could have something where it's like chaos magic is happening and like biomes get combined.
Yeah. Or an infection is taking over. Hint, hint.
What is this a reference to?
What is it?
I have a machete and a pistol, and there's this thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna assume Curse of the Dead Gods, because I haven't played it.
I have no idea which one that's a reference to. Do they even reference Castlevania?
I don't know, it's a good question.
No. It's all indie games.
This is... What about Bloodstained?
Uh-huh, yeah, indie.
Kind of an indie.
Shut up. I want my Castlevania references. Dead Cells really is just a fucking Dark Souls like.
How? It's not even close to a Dark Souls. Like, what are you talking about?
Dodge roll.
You gotta grab the cells. The cells
don't play
are your
Dark
souls.
You can't comment on these things.
Me?
So because it has
I'm almost beating 3. What do you
Souls-like.
mean I haven't played Dark Souls?
It's not a Dark Souls
Yes,
game.
it is!
That's Elden Ring.
Dark Souls 3 is not a Dark Souls game?
Dark Souls 3 is.
That's what I was saying. I
Barely.
played through most of Dark Souls 3 first.
We haven't played Dark Souls 1. That's the only true Dark Souls.
Oh my
game.
god. See, now you're gatekeeping Dark Souls.
Wait, so is Demon Souls not the first Souls-like?
It's a proto Souls-like.
Oh my god. This is a Souls-like.
How?
Literally the only thing is that it has a dodge roll.
No, my thought is you lose your cells when you die.
But no, you permanently invest them in things. You only lose the things in your current level.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess you could say the same thing for Souls.
you don't-
and
Yeah, I was just gonna
invest
say
in
you're
level.
literally proving my point.
You actually like you have like you don't lose your souls when you die. You reinvest them.
No, he lost them. He dropped all his cells.
Yeah, you lose whatever you
Yeah, this is
have
one where-
accumulated in the current area.
This is one where you have to buy things during the game. You don't get to buy things when you die.
Yeah. Oh, Arboretum? Is that a tree place?
Arboretum?
Arboretum?
Yes.
Ooh, fucking plant
It's-
levels. Yeah, let's go.
It is difficult and I will die.
That's fine. We can still talk about plant levels. So there's not many
Yeah.
games that have plant levels. I feel like full-on plants. Like Sonic Mania did a weird one with the Ink Gardens, which was cool. Yeah, like
Plant levels are kind of like they take a biome and then they're like, now plants. So it's like a combination one.
yeah. Well, Floating Gardens was kind of like that. It was a garden but overgrown. Same with oh god, I forgot the name. I know the song of the fucking dinosaur one. I don't remember the actual name. But Platinum Moonlight is the song for that area. I have to look that up. Dawn of Sorrow, Platinum Moonlight. Garden of Madness. Oh my god. That completely slipped my mind.
Castlevania has a very like specific style of naming things.
Yes, they do.
Maybe.
It's usually like something bad place or place
No.
of something bad.
Not always. Order of Ecclesia really went away from that, I would say. Actually, no. Most of them aren't like that.
Order of Ecclesia is also different from most Castlevania games.
No, I know, but like even Symphony of the Night, there's like the Alchemy Lab, Marble Gallery, Outer Wall, Long Library, Clock
It's
Tower.
called the Long Library.
That's what its name. It's called the Long Library.
Just the library that's long.
No, it's called Long Library. That's its official name.
Yeah, I know. I'm commenting on that.
Ah.
I'm saying, wow, it's called the
And this-
Long Library, huh?
Yeah, in this case, is long. Can you count that as something negative, and therefore it meets the
Yes.
naming convention?
Oh no, I think the long library is a good thing. Good to have your library be large. I don't know, maybe not your library of games though.
Seems like you would want your library of games to be large just as much you'd want your library of books to be large. Has all the same benefits and problems.
Maybe it depends on what you consider to be part of your library. Is your library the things you have or the things that you've enjoyed?
Oh my god.
Like, do you remove an item from your library if it's not something you actively desire to have in your library?
Yes.
I mean, you don't usually remove Steam games from your library, even if you don't want them.
Yeah,
you still
I don't
have
think
them.
you even can. Like, if you have physical games, you can remove them from your library by selling them.
Yes. Anyways, plant biomes. What makes a plant biome special? What kind of music does a plant biome have?
Plant biomes usually have very laid back music. I would say an emphasis usually on the bass. Or more, it's hard to say. For Platinum Moonlight, they had a maramba, I think. They had something like that. They had something more based on xylophones and like keyboards in that regard. So percussion instruments, I should say.
What about games that aren't Castlevania?
I'm trying to think of levels. Messenger actually had a lot of... Actually, most of the Messenger was outside if we're gonna talk about that. Like Bamboo.
Yeah, that's true.
Bamboo Boogaloo.
Would you say the Messenger conforms to your expectations of bio music?
No. I would say...
I was...
Not saying that the music is bad. I fucking love the Messenger's music. But they do not really adhere to the stereotypical thing, like, music tracks that you would expect. Which I'm more than fine with. I love that, personally.
I think I'd agree with that.
Except for maybe the music box. The music box, I would say, definitely adhered to a more Clock Tower-esque theme. Yeah, I'm trying to think, what other games? I don't know, I don't play many games that I guess just have, like, other than Kirby and stuff, maybe, that have that kind of, like, area.
Well, it was like Queen's Garden and Hollow Knight.
It's true. Green Path is a pretty, it's not a garden, but it's certainly
It's...
all about the greenery.
No,
I mean,
it's
called
I
Green
would say
Path.
it's a garden. It has, like, literal garden themes of what you'd expect in a Royal Victorian area for some of the, like, the greenhouse, buildings, I guess you could say.
But then you have, like, the garden, which is the,
Yeah. I don't even remember the
even
Green
more of a
Path music, though.
it was very, it was
Laid back
pretty
and chill.
ambient piano, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's half of...
That's
Hollow Knight,
most of
but-
Hollow Knight, yeah. It has woodwinds. Boo! Banned. I'm banning Quigley. Sorry, guys.
Don't do that.
Puns are not allowed on this stream. Unless they're made by me. Then it's fine.
Oh.
It's double standard. Got a power trip at least one point during the stream.
Pretty rude.
Hey, Super Metroid had that part with
Oh yeah.
the plant process.
Yeah, it's pretty atmospheric as well. Well, most of Metroid is atmospheric.
Yeah. Kind of its thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it did have an emphasis on the big bass parts.
It did.
Nice.
I love that track.
Oh, that track is probably a lot of people's favorites because it's so good.
Reminded of a video of there's some animation of Samus dancing, and they just put Samus in various places in that biome as the music is playing.
And then there was Metroid Fusion, which just like each area was like, we just made a biome, and like, why is this here? Because we wanted a biome.
Yeah, biomes should be cohesive, and I see a lot of games where they're not really cohesive, and it's like, what? How the fuck did I get here? What do you mean? What? I was just on a fucking volcano. Why am I in the ice level? Looking at you, fucking messenger.
Looking at you, Dark Souls 2.
It's like, how do I go from volcano to ice when it's an active volcano? If it's an inactive volcano, obviously that's more than fine. But if it's active and it's like got a hole in the top, it's like,
Yeah, I mean, people actually, that was a big complaint of Dark Souls 2. At least people I've talked with and commentary I've seen, that the biomes are just too disconnected from each other. And, you know, Dark Souls 1 has a sense of place and everything connects to each other. That's why people call it a Metroidvania sometimes. But Dark Souls 2 doesn't have that.
Gotcha.
Like, at all. I mean, it has branching paths, but the paths are a sequence of distinct biomes that don't really make sense to be connected to each other most of the time.
Yeah. Also, Quigley did say Super Metroid used jungle synth noises. Thank you. That's what it is. I don't know how many games actually use that.
Talking about Metroid jungles, the Talon overworld music is also quite good.
I don't remember that, but yes. I always think of
a remix of what is it a remix of?
Brinstar?
Is it like Brinstar, I think?
I think it's Brinstar. Brinstar is usually the one thing that really does get remixed for good reason. That and Kraid's Lair.
What do you mean? You mean like in the games?
Yes, those two get remixed.
They use Kraid's Lair like twice. Since when did they remix it?
They remixed it. I thought they remixed it. Let me look it up. I thought they remixed it.
They almost never use Kraid's Lair, and I love Kraid's Lair.
Kraid's Lair is an absolute banger. Let's see, Metroid Wiki. The perks of not being the one. Map, connected areas. You're not gonna give me the music? There's the music.
What kind of biome is Kraid's Lair? I mean, you could say it's a lair. What does that mean?
A lair? In this case, it is the lair of a beast, so it's deep in the heart of the caverns, surrounded by God knows what that protects
There's lots of
him.
metal and stuff everywhere. No, it's like clearly a there's technology.
Yeah.
It's an installation of some kind.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's designed to be a prison.
Oh, in this game?
No, in Kraid's Lair.
Yeah. Also, I forgot. Sorry, the actual name is called Brinstar Depths. Also titled Kraid's Chamber. I might have to talk to S&M about getting that renamed. Ooh, that's not the proper name, I guess. Interesting. I didn't know that. It also plays in Melee. It plays in Brawl.
Well, I'm talking about in the
I know,
actual
I'm
game.
looking. It was not remixed. That's an F in chat. I thought it was. It's only in Zero Mission.
That is why I am sad.
You know what? I am very much sad with you. The Torvus Bog as the red soil swampy area. What is Torvus Bog?
Metroid Prime 2.
Yeah. Gotcha. Oh, Kraid's Lair is the Melee version? Is it actually? No, it's called Brinstar Depths Melee. Is that the actual name? Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's weird. I thought it was called Kraid's Lair. I thought that was the official name at some point.
I don't want to go to the plant area.
I thought here. I'm gonna look at NSM. I'm 90% sure we have it called Kraid's Lair. This is annoying me now. Sorry, music
I mean,
tangent.
it's probably. I think it is referred to as that. I mean, that's what I've seen.
No, it's referred to it. I guess it's just not the proper name. Kraid's Hideout is what it's called. Huh.
I mean, it
Oh
also
no, I know
depends-
why. I know why it's called that.
Why?
Oh. Wait, no, someone updated this. Who updated this?
Wasn't me.
Nice. I don't know who updated that sheet, but they're not listed. Interesting. What's it called in a zero mission? Kraid's Hideout again, huh? Well, I'm gonna be bringing something up to the admins, I guess, in feedback later. Great.
Wow.
What? You gotta keep things accurate. Actually, though, I don't think it matters that much. But yeah, the Kraid's Lair was very... How to think about it. I'm listening to it in my head. 1 second. I gotta think of the instruments used.
Well, Metroid generally has good, it's got a little bit of dissonance.
Yeah, and they
and
always
it
use
uses
synth.
it very well.
They always use synth.
Yes, and I love the atmosphere in those games.
Mm-hmm. And I do too. Except for Fandara Drift. That wasn't heavy synth. That adhered more to this typical ice level themes. Of being almost light and airy with the crystal and bell noises. Dude, please do not break the door. Bro, what?
I mean, you do break lots of doors in this game.
I know, that's why it's kind of like, he's like, what do you mean? I already broke it.
Well, I didn't break this door, I just opened it. I don't even think you can break those doors. I haven't tried.
Oh, that's fair.
They're special doors. I mean, it's.
Look with your special
If you asked me
doors.
to, I wouldn't break the door to your home.
If I asked you to, you just wouldn't do it in general?
I wouldn't do it anyways, but especially not if you asked me to avoid
Oh my
breaking
god,
it.
that sounds like
What?
you would.
How? I just said that I wouldn't. I don't understand you people. Anyways, I think we got a bit distracted from the biomes. There's so many biomes. We could start by going over the types of biomes you'd find in Metroid.
There's a lot of caves.
A lot of caves.
There
Lot of lava. Lot of toxic stuff. Not too much overworld. Sometimes a destroyed ship. Sometimes a not destroyed ship where you destroy it later on because fuck those guys.
Wrecked ship is an interesting ambiance to consider.
It's very forlorn, very somber, and very much tries to instill dread that these people are dead. They're dead. And you're walking over the corpses, and then you fight Fantoon, and it's like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Also, there's spooky ghosts everywhere.
Spooky ghosts!
Yeah, ghosts are something that you don't generally see in sci-fi.
No, it is not. You're right. But they were there. They were waiting.
Or was Fantoon really a ghost? Or did you just, like,
Let me look
seem
them
like
up.
What if he was just a figment of your imagination?
No, that would be Nightmare.
it's a manifestation of Samus's PTSD?
Yeah, she's just, after killing Ridley 4 times, seeing him that extra time, it's just the last straw, you know? Can't handle it.
Really,
Okay.
wasn't Fantoon in one of the other games?
Other M.
Yeah,
Good.
they brought back a bunch of bosses in that one.
Okay. So the English and Japanese manuals for Super Metroid both give a different background, describing it either as being the ghost of the wreck ship itself that taps into Mother Brain's thought waves, or being the physical manifestation of Mother Brain's malevolent consciousness, respectively. So Merc can say it's wreck ship, another one is Mother Brain's. And then, if we want to go by the other M version, that says, describes it as an entity who was hidden within a vessel used by the Chozo. So it's not spooky ghost.
Can we just rewrite other M to be better?
Yeah, let's do it. When are we streaming that?
I think you actually talked about doing that.
The thing with rewriting the story, though, is that at what point, like, you have to set limits because you get to a point where you would just throw out the story altogether and make a different one. You know, like, you can change events within a narrative to make the narrative make more sense without changing the flow of events, but you could also just make different events that would make more sense to the characters. And, you know, you can see how you'd eventually just wind up saying, well, I'm just going to make a different story. If the story is terrible in every way.
Yeah, so was the story just unsalvageable, or was it executed poorly?
Both.
Well, I don't know. I need to actively think about this.
How about this?
And
You guys both pay me $5 and I will stream other M one day.
I think
Basically want us to sub.
Well, actually, you might have gotten a free sub. So, I'll consider the debt paid, I will play other M and cry.
I think that
I actually
first
didn't.
of all, they should the first way I would change the story would be to make it a like a prequel instead of taking place later in the timeline, because they were clearly trying to go for
A more prequel manga kind of vibe.
right, and you know, they were giving the origin story and stuff, and parts of the story feel like it was originally intended to be like a earlier in the timeline than it actually is.
Yeah, it does make a lot more sense if Samus is less experienced.
Yeah, and if like Ridley actually makes sense if that's the first time you've seen Ridley, kind
Yeah.
of. But the whole thing is stupid anyways, because it's just like a, you know, the baby and all that, the Ridley baby.
The baby. Yeah.
We are also still getting off track of the.
I know, but because we got talking about the wreck ship and how cool it is, and then we got into Fane-Tune, I started to talk about other M. But yeah, no, the wreck ship, having a ghost, yeah, kind of themed level-ish, not in a sci-fi is, yes, highly unusual, but it worked really well, I feel, for that game. Like, it really did add a level of, oh, fuck. Right, Ash? Hi, baby.
Do you think it works better as the ghost or as the
A ghost.
manifestation of Mother Brain?
I think the ghost, because it kind of sounds like for the ghost one, it's also he's biting my foot. It's also kind of a extension of Mother Brain, because it's tapping into her thought waves, so it's kind of 2-in-1 with that one, I feel.
I think it's better when there is no explanation at all and you're just thinking, what in the world was that?
Yeah.
Ow, that's my toe.
That's the kind of, it doesn't need an explanation.
Are you gonna bite me again? Yes, you're doing the bunny hop and you're biting. Ah, shit.
You know, like, Metroid is rooted in horror, and horror generally works better when things are unknown.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say horror. Like, I've never gotten a very huge horror vibe from Metroid, if I'm gonna be honest. I get more of a... I mean, I guess it technically falls under the horror category for the most part, but it always just feels desolate.
Metroid Fusion's the most horror, I think.
Yeah,
But not
I would say it
Metroid
tried
Dread?
to.
Well, I haven't played Dread.
And no, Dread is not.
Of the ones I've played, I'm sorry, I should have stated that.
No,
I think
you're
Dread
fine.
wanted to be horror, but did not really succeed.
Well, I don't think any of them succeed in the horror aspect, if I'm gonna be completely honest. But I'm also heavily desensitized, so.
It's atmospheric spooks, and it's not like jump scare horror.
Yeah.
It's not a horror game. The horror is secondary. I mean,
Yeah.
would you describe Subnautica as primarily a horror game?
A lot of people would, because they're discovering that they have a fear of the ocean.
The ocean's spooky.
No, it's not.
Like it's great. What? Yes, it is. What do you mean? It's like it's a primal human fear.
That you need to get over. Also, Quigley, before we get super off track, Quigley said Metroid is literally based on Alien, right? Which is correct. And then Quigley also said, I mean, Prime plays on zombies, nuclear horrors, etc. And that's true. There was the phazon areas, which were pretty much radiation poisoning and like mutation areas in those.
I mean, yeah. Also, Prime 2 literally has resurrected space marines.
Yeah.
That you have to fight who attack you while the spooky music plays.
And 2 used essentially demons, yeah, the Ing, or whatever they were.
So it has a lot of horror themes, but so does Castlevania, and I definitely wouldn't consider that to be
Castlevania has played much more into the campy side, though.
So campy.
It is very campy. Even, like, when I go back and I do play, like, some of the Castlevanias, and then I look at some of the backgrounds, I'm like, oh wow, these are actually kind of fucked up backgrounds now that I'm looking at them. Whatever, though, they're not that bad.
Yeah, but then it's like, oh hey, look, I'm fighting Frankenstein.
Frankenstein, if you think about it, is a terrifying being. If you consider that this is a hulking beast that doesn't feel pain for the most part, and can shoot missiles at you from its elbow, and has fucking electricity at its fingertips. If you face that in real life, you can't tell me that you wouldn't be like, oh, shit.
Pretty sure the original version of Frankenstein didn't have those.
No, he had just Igor, but he didn't flinch. He never, like, flinched from damage. He kept coming at you, and he didn't care.
It is called just Frankenstein in the game, right? Or do they actually
No,
call
they
it
call him the
Frankenstein's
creature.
monster?
It's the creature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you consider Frankenstein's monster to be Frankenstein's son, which he kind of is, then he would also have the last name Frankenstein.
Yes, but he's called the creature in Castlevania. Actually, let me look up the official first game name as we continue on. What are you gonna say, Master?
Oh, actually, I don't want to finish that.
No, it is called Frankenstein and Igor in the original game.
Ah. So I was right.
The creature is sometimes referred to simply as Frankenstein or Frankenstein's monster. But usually it's the creature.
I guess we can go back to this biomes list. Like, have we gone over swamp yet?
No.
Bogs as well.
Bogs, mires, anything swamp. Which the Messenger had a swamp. I fucking love that swamp area.
But did it have swamp music?
Yeah.
Obviously, swamp music has a banjo playing softly.
Yes. If your swamp biome does not have Charlie Daniels Band composing your song, it's not a true swamp biome. I'm sorry.
Every single swamp biome it's just set in Louisiana.
It's set in Louisiana. No, the monster's Mary Shelley.
The monster was in fact you, the reader, all along.
Oh.
The story only happened because you were reading it. And therefore you are responsible for everything that happened.
Of course. Yeah, no. I'm trying to think. Castlevania has had very few swamps. It had one in Order of Ecclesia. I don't remember the music. Let me look up the music for that area. I have it. I know the music. I just don't know which song is in the swamp.
There was an area in Demon's Crest that I would consider to be a swamp.
Oh yeah, which area was that?
Right like where the forest that's on fire at the end, like the beginning part of that. Or I guess it like starts out in a forest and then winds up in a swamp and then goes back into a forest.
Oh, where you fight, yeah. Oh, yeah! Dark Forest of Hidon is kind of like the same, yeah. Which those songs are... Oh god, I would have to re-listen to it. Here, let me find this. Is it Giant's Dwelling? I don't think it's Giant's Dwelling. Where can I find the Jersey Devil? I just remember the Jersey Devil is the area that has the stupid-ass swamp. Though I don't know why the Jersey Devil is in Order of Ecclesia, but it makes me laugh every time I see it.
It is, perhaps silly.
Argilla Swamp. What is the song? Emerald Mist? They use the same song for the forest and the...
Interesting.
They use the same song for the forest and the swamp.
So lazy.
It's a really good song, though. Which I will post this song. This is one swamp theme, I guess. It's very laid back. It's very based on... It's...
I'm fighting the mean boss instead of the easy boss.
But he's stuck in place.
No,
Kind
he's
of.
not. He goes all over the arena. This is not stuck in place.
Oh.
Wasn't this the final boss at some point?
Oh no, they added this as... At least I don't think so. They added this as like a side boss in an update. So I assume it was never the final boss because... I mean, people might say it's the hardest boss, but... I don't know.
God, I can't even think of Dark Forest of Hidon. Actually, what's the song in... Yeah, the swamp themes, I guess, usually do coincide with the forest themes, and they're usually a lot more airy, I guess is the word I would describe it. Light, almost floaty, which is kind of ironic considering bogs hold you the fuck down in games and they make your feet all slow and then you're sucked into quicksand and all this shit.
Yeah, they're the worst.
They're the worst. Not as bad as that guy's tentacles.
Oh yeah, this guy's terrible tentacles.
They're stinkier. Yeah, they are stinkers, aren't they?
A lot of swamps do have tentacle monsters in them.
That's true.
Yeah, they do.
Maybe the games even incorporate tentacle noises in the music.
What would you describe as a tentacle noise?
Squishy.
You.
This boss takes a long time to kill.
Yeah. I mean, boss fights shouldn't necessarily be over right away. Ow. Hoping to... I'm guessing that maybe distributing the damage across the tentacles makes it easier, but I
Yeah.
don't actually know that.
What other swamps can we think of in Metroidvanias or even other games in general?
Oh no.
I mean, obviously Dark Souls has swamps, but we're not gonna fucking talk about those stupid ass swamps. Fucking giant ass lobsters randomly. No. It's not how swamps work, Miyazaki.
Oh.
When was the last time you went to a swamp?
Yeah.
I mean, outside's like a swamp right now, it feels like, for how fucking muddy it is.
Yeah, my yard's always a swamp. There's
Get out, me
tentacles
swamp.
in my yard. I have to hit them with a shovel to keep them out of my house sometimes.
Back. Back, I say. Yeah, I can't think of much for swamps. But they're usually moodier and slower tempoed.
Yeah, I'd say there's a lot of overlap with forests in like the way they're laid out and just like everything about them.
Monks
Yeah.
generally seem to be pretty flatly designed in games. Also.
Well, usually if there's some verticality, it's like trees, and then you can climb onto the branches and stuff like that, similar to forest areas.
Maybe. Firebrand, isn't that a
That's a
person in Demon's Crest?
firebrand. It's a firebrand is a reference to a bunch of shit. That's also Final Fantasy and Castlevania reference.
Okay. Maybe it's not a reference at all. Maybe it's just because it's.
Well, that's a fire sword,
Red.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's like a
Yeah.
fire thing you throw, I guess.
Oh.
Probably a torch. I'll pick it up just because you ask. Probably not better than my bow, but you know, I'm not in it for the winning of it.
Yeah, I think in both Castlevania and Final Fantasy, they were just fire swords.
Yep, they were.
And then Firebrand is the name of the demon, Demon's Crest.
Yep.
Which this doesn't seem that similar to any of his abilities. Like, yes, he can breathe fireballs, but none of them are like. This seems like a throwing dagger.
Yeah.
Now we're in a graveyard. That's a great biome. It's always full of skeletons. And they're usually spooky. Though you could say they're spooky in the campy way to describe spooky.
Yeah, skeletons usually are in games. There's a lot of things that they like have just been reduced to being completely non-threatening, like skeletons and zombies.
Yeah,
usually
they're
minor
they're just
enemies.
mooks.
Well, hey,
they're just mooks.
You can make spooky looking zombies.
Oh, you
Oh, no.
can! The ones in Aria Sara with their guts hanging out, the zombie soldiers? Really hella cool. Still fucking mooks.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Cool story, bro. Still a little basic bitch enemy.
This is boss cell 2, so basic bitch enemies kinda hurt.
It's all kind of
Also, I can hurt
spikes.
myself a lot. Yeah. Probably shouldn't butt slam spikes. Not very
Yeah, no, jumping
good
on
idea.
spikes with your ass does not seem like a good,
You gotta-
business tactic.
You gotta assert dominance on the spikes.
I agree. What are you doing if not butt slamming through life? That's what I do in Elden Ring.
So I guess now you're more of in like a mausoleum type area. Well, and then you gotta teleport back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to like see how they deal with the problem of flat areas in different biomes. Like in this one, they had the mausoleums for going down, and now they have like cliffs that you can climb going upwards.
Yeah.
Catacombs.
Dead Cells generally includes kind of underground sections in its levels. Or the level's just a big maze that's already underground.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the kind of music that you usually hear in graveyards?
Graveyards
It
and
needs-
catacombs.
Yeah.
Spookier.
Yeah, but what is spooky music?
Lots of minor chords. Sometimes a lot of discordant minor chords. Or dissident ones.
What's the difference
Usually
between
more...
discordance and dissonance?
Huh?
What's the difference between
There is none, they're
discordance and
synonyms.
dissonance? Oh. seemed like you
Netting
were
it for
emphasizing
flavor.
that word, and I was confused.
Because I was going for dissonant first, but discordant came to mind first.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did either of you play Cathedral?
No.
Yes, I played through it.
So the graveyard music there was incredibly discordant, like to the point where I actually kind of disliked it.
Yeah. It was. It was also a very annoying area on release. Key did I pick up?
Apparently
Yeah,
not
no,
the
I never touched it, but catacomb pieces to me at least, or graveyard, whatever they are. Usually a lot slower, unless it's Shovel Knight, then they're fucking upbeat and fast for whatever reason.
I mean, that game, that depends on, you know, the game.
Yeah, I know. Shovel Knight had
Some
a lot
games
of...
are upbeat no matter what.
Yeah. Shovel Knight actually had its mix of more somber, slow songs too. Like in the Polar level, I would say. But yeah, they're usually slower and somber. Always minor
It's just
key.
Roadhog. What other biomes would you say are almost always in minor key?
Well, if it's a Castlevania game, all of them. It really truly does depend on the game. But usually churches are in minor key. You gotta get your organ going on. Catacombs are always in minor key. Let me think. Yeah, it depends on the game. I mean, that's why I love Castlevania, because all the pieces are in minor key, and I love my minor key.
Yes.
Here, let me look at the list. I would say desert themes are always in some form of minor key, not always natural or harmonic. Sometimes it's, I think, in, I want to say it's Mixolydian? There's a lot of different kinds of keys. Quigley probably knows them better than I do. I do not. Dungeon, I would say, is almost always minor key. Laboratories, I would say, are minor key. Monastery inexplicably full of Mongolian throat singers, I would say that's probably always minor key. And then probably the Bug Nest or Spider Cave would be in minor key as well.
Yes.
Ooh.
Love just running into the side of spikes and taking damage.
Of course you do.
I actually don't love that. Why can't more games do one directional spike damage? Yeah, La Mulana is, it's just too good.
Let me go back to the list. Quaint Town is on the list.
Quaint Town.
Quaint.
All I can think of is when I hear Quaint Town is the sim part of the game with ActRaiser. Birth of the People is the name.
Yeah.
Or Weigel Village. Weigel Village is also on that list.
Yeah, usually when you go into like the quaint town, there's not a lot of combat going on.
No, it's chill
Usually,
theme. It's chill
Yeah.
time. Unless it's fucking a certain city and nice little quaint underwater town in a certain Miyazaki game. A giant head breathes fire at you.
Oh, that sounds spooky.
What? It's Elden Ring. Have you not been there yet?
I said it sounds spooky.
How's it spooky?
What's wrong
That's-
with me just saying that something sounds spooky?
It's because I thought you've, like, been there, so I wouldn't think you
What are
would
you
say
talking
it
about?
sounds spooky.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Ryu Lucaria, right before that.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. The academy, right before that. The town. Passage to the cavern.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
Malaise.
these doors
Very
with this
generic.
number is, I have to get that combo of enemies at some point without getting hit. So of course I haven't done that because I'm not good at the game.
That'd be a lot.
I
Where
mean,
is
there are a
this?
lot of. You can fight, like 3 or 4 bats at once. I mean, you go
Mhm.
through most, like half the level without getting hit, and it's fine.
Alright, let's see. What's else is on our list?
Well, after a quaint town is big city.
Wait, did we ever talk about the runes?
We
No, we
talked a little
haven't.
bit.
I mean, not very much.
Not
You
really.
I
talked
guess we
about
talked about
Egyptian runes.
yeah.
But that's more desert than just runes.
Okay, we can go back to runes.
Because we haven't talked about, like, Mayan. Or
What
Southern American.
instruments? I don't think I've been in this biome. Maybe I've been in this biome one time before. It's
Oh, it's the Crystal Caverns.
I
As
won't last very
expected.
long. What?
Usually, I guess when they do the runes, they do try to keep with the theme of that area. Like, what instruments they used. La Mulana did that a lot, it seemed.
Yeah, they try to be consistent with their theming, and
Yeah.
overall they were very consistent with their theming.
Yes, with their music, they were really good at their theming.
Shout out to the 3-hour video on La Mulana lore that I recently
Oh my
discovered
God.
and was recently posted on YouTube.
Absolute nerd. Yeah, ooh. Damn, son. Yeah, I mean, they try to keep within their... I mean, what other runes do people do, though? Master, you forgot to turn off your, Steam notifications.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
You never turn yours off.
I did have mine off now. I turned them off, finally.
Well, I'll turn mine off, but you gotta like switch to the please stand by screen.
No, it's fine. I mean, I think it's funny. And chat covers it up mostly, so I mean, I think we're
Okay.
good. Yeah.
If anyone messages me something offensive, we'll just cut out that corner of the stream. It'll just be a black square the whole
Now
time.
we're getting banned instantly. Twitch mod is in here watching our every move. Yeah, I guess that's about it for runes, because I can't think of any other runes that people do. Like, La Mulana is one of the only ones.
Yeah, there's always, you have the generic Mayan. It's always, why is it always Mayan? It can be
It's
anything
always
else.
Mayan or Egyptian.
I just mean like generic ruins in a jungle.
Yeah, in a jungle, yes. Why don't we get
But
some,
they're
like...
all Mayan themed. Like there was the DuckTales, which were Mayan.
Yep.
Um,
They had also had a Egyptian level and a Transylvania level, if I remember correctly. Oh, outer space the levels. We should talk about those.
It's
Like
hard
the
to do that
moon.
though.
Is it?
I mean, I feel like it's hard to discuss it because it's kind of, it's not, you don't normally have a random area in a game that is outer space.
No, and that's fair. But there is a
It's
very
usually-
specific theme that space does convey.
Maybe. Well, and there's a few themes. I mean, you've got the, there's totally like a stoner rock association.
That's true. I'm not
Maybe
even thinking
video
about
game
that.
soundtracks, but
I'm thinking of like the heavy synth, the strings kind of vibe.
I mean, there's Interstellar music.
I've never seen Interstellar.
It's, but you've heard, surely you've heard
No.
at least the one famous track that's
No.
in memes.
I haven't.
Maybe?
Maybe?
Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, just because it's Hans Zimmer doesn't mean I know all of his shit. I actually don't know what song you're talking about, if I'm gonna be completely real. Luigi's Mansion does have the space room. You're right. I love that space room. That space room was great.
there was Super Mario Galaxy, which was almost all
Yep.
space.
It had Super Mario
Sure.
Galaxy had this very light and adventurous tone to it, while other space themes are usually forlorn and like, you're all alone out here. You're gonna run out of oxygen and you're gonna die, bitch.
What about the music in Outer Wilds?
I don't remember the music very well, but I do remember it was very. They had like almost Earth-like instruments, so it felt almost very
They did.
homely.
Well, the one thing they do is just the uh you have different characters playing like traditional instruments.
And you gotta find them through
Like-
that on the
Well,
planet,
we don't
yeah.
have to discuss that, but we can discuss that they're playing. There's like a harmonica and a guitar and drums, and it's very
It was a banjo.
simple stuff.
Oh, that was banjo.
You're a banjo.
I wish I was banjo. Then I would have a kazooie, and then I would be cool. Imagine being a giant bear.
Is that your dream?
No. I would rather be a bird. Flying's cooler than being a bear. You wanna go up there? You wanna go in your hidey hole? Hey. Hi. No, you're getting picked up. You messed up, cat! Ha! With a racist bird in your pack. Hi.
Are you
Is
kidnapping
the bird
a cat right
racist?
No, I'm giving him pets.
I didn't know this at all. Is the bird racist?
No, I think it's just a joke. No, is he
How's it a
racist?
joke if the bird isn't racist?
Is Kazooie racist? What?
I've never
What is-
played Banjo-Kazooie.
I've never played it either. Hi. No, that's not for you. That's not for you, cat. Oh my god.
Does Kazooie wear blackface?
You're getting banned, Quigley. Also, no! Why? Dan, you better not say that shit about Kirby either. Right, Ash? You want to cuddle? You want to cuddle? Hi! Oh. Let me get closer to the mic, okay? Hi! How's my baby? How's your baby? Hi! Oh. Sorry, I'm distracted by Cat. Cat comes first.
Stop being distracted. We
No.
must talk about biomes.
Cat comes first. Cat biomes. Biomes with a lot of cats in it. Right, Ash? Like the jungle.
The academy in Castlevania that has
Oh, the cat ladies.
cat, I guess.
The Academy?
Hidden Curse? Yeah, that's the Hidden Curse one. Well, Hidden Curse in one version, and then it's, what is it? Cross Your Heart. No, Crucifix Hold Close. Sorry, they renamed it in that game. Had to think of the proper name. And yes, I do have all the songs for Castlevania memorized.
Well,
Right, Ash? Hi.
Didn't you just have to look up one earlier?
No, I had to look up what
Yeah.
area it plays in. I knew the
don't
I knew
know.
the song names. I just didn't know. I actually know the Japanese name for that too, but I just didn't remember where it played. In terms of the swamp one, I didn't know Emerald Mist played in both, or Fog of the Tree Colors if you want to do the Japanese name. Be impressed by my useless knowledge.
so much useless knowledge. Don't we all?
Yeah. Yeah, but what's more useless? Knowing the English name of the song and then also knowing the Japanese song, even though it'll never be useful to you? Yeah, weed. There it is. There it is. Hi. Oh, cat is happy.
And Metroidvania is based on 2 Japanese franchises.
This
so
is very true.
you
Well,
gotta get a
one
lot of
having
weed.
a very well, both of them actually having huge roots in America, American or English culture, depending on which one.
Is Alien
American.
American culture? Well, yeah, but is it American culture?
I would say it's played a huge part in American culture. It's probably one of the most referenced movies ever. With the
What do
alien.
people reference?
Huh? The either the face huggers or coming out of the stomach. Or even the tongue licking scene or whatever where it gets really super close to Ripley. Nah, that's a heavily referenced, I would say. Right, Ash? Oh, you're just a little boy. You're just a little cootie. You're just a little cootie. I love you.
So if an American obsessed with Japanese culture is a weeb, What is a Japanese person obsessed with American culture?
There's a word for that. but
Yeah, there
don't
is.
know
I don't
what
remember the
word it
name.
is.
But obviously that's
Westaboo! Westaboo!
but obviously that's what the developers of Castlevania and Metroid are.
Well, no, because Castlevania, just like JoJo, finally did make its way back over to Japan at some point. As is most franchises like that, how it goes.
But Metroid never made it to Japan.
They really like the idea of being cowboys, fucking Space Dandy. Or fucking JoJo Part 7.
And Dark Souls is also a Japanese company with what, like
Western Gothic,
Western-based.
yep.
Yeah.
So, you know, well, then they had Sekiro. So,
True.
Sekiro. Ooh,
You can just act like that game doesn't exist.
That was unfortunate.
that's a you problem, Cauldrath. Right, Ash? Is that a him problem?
Wasting so much time.
I'm not, because I'm petting a cat, and he's happy.
Are you talking about wasting time playing Sekiro?
Oh no, I mean wasting time doing terrible pathing in Dead Cells.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to the list.
The list?
Yes.
This used to be a regular biome before it was corrupted by the color purple.
Oh, and don't forget the color
Yes, my
orange.
favorite.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's usually the color purple.
It is usually the color purple. Oh god, what biomes have done that? I'm trying to think.
Isn't that the whole thing in Ori?
I've never played Ori, so I have no idea.
Pretty sure a lot of the hurty things are purple in Ori.
Purple is a villain color.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's exotic.
all of the
Yeah.
secondary colors are usually considered evil in some way, shape, or form.
Oh,
If you think about it. Green is usually used by Disney to denote evil. Purple, and then orange can be as well.
Green is plants, and a lot of times those are considered good.
It depends on if it's that acid green, though, or not.
Yeah, like, I guess if they have, like, green eyes, they're usually villains.
Yeah, green is toxic, exactly. Green is a very toxic color,
green is
usually.
snake.
Right,
Oh,
Ash?
we gotta hate on the snakes.
Hi. You want more pouch? Okay. I love you. You're such a good homeboy. You get all the shrimp.
But yeah, like, this is one of those, like, layered biome things where you can take a base
Yeah.
biome and then you add the orange or purple as a modifier to it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just to make it seem like this is, like, somehow something, like, wrong. Like, take the base thing and then now it's more wrong somehow.
You don't usually find purple in nature, and it's not like
Yeah,
you
you
don't
do.
really many biomes you would associate with the color
Purple is a
that would be
royal color.
organic.
Yeah, it was the royal color because
Yeah.
it was so rare and you couldn't find things that were.
It was
Yeah.
the shell, I
How's-
believe, actually.
How's that something you find in nature?
Well, it's the shells. Also, no, there's
Yeah, that's one
violets. There's
thing.
literally a flower called violet.
Well,
What do you
I'm
mean?
saying like for the whole area to look purple there's something very wrong about that.
I think you're just
I'm not
being
saying
judgmental.
like, oh, there's nothing in nature that looks purple at all.
I think you're just being judgmental. Look at this. A
No,
lot of the
I think
background in
you're-
this area is purple, and you're not saying
I'm not being
something's wrong.
judgmental enough. That's shading. That's not like purple objects.
Tactics is purple.
I mean, there is probably something wrong in this area, like in this whole game.
This
Yeah,
too.
that's fair. However, I think I've seen purple areas before in games, and they weren't necessarily wrong because they
Oh,
were
sure.
purple. Purple
I'm
Mountain
saying-
Majesty. There you go.
Yeah, it's possible, but it's a trend that people use with the color.
Yeah. Actually, yeah,
purple.
the purple mountains in Castlevania are always a trend. Every time you see purple, it's the purple mountains in the background of Castlevania.
It's just that
No, I'm just saying that's what it is in Castlevania. Usually purple is.
it is. I'm just saying I don't think how you shade
No, that was a shit post
That
just to get you
doesn't
riled
count.
up. That was, I will admit, that was a shit
yeah,
post.
it just sounds like you don't understand.
You just don't understand.
I
man.
don't, dude, I'm a pixel artist. What do you mean I don't understand?
No, I mean you don't understand the point I'm trying to make.
No, I do get the point. Like, if an
'Cause
area
you're
is
used to being a
fully
shitlord.
if an area is fully purple, it's usually kind of like toxic sludge. It's usually, yeah, something's fucked up. Or it's tainted.
It's purple when it's not normally purple.
Yeah.
And most things
Quigley
aren't
is now
normal.
trying to prove you wrong as well, Master. So I hope you. Here, let's see. So Quigley's like green is toxic, orange is infection, purple's like pests or dark creatures, purple mountain majesties, purple skies during sunsets, the purples of the sand on the desert as the sun sets down, or the desert at night.
Cheating. The sky is purple, like that's not what I'm talking about.
No, I know. That's what I'm just saying. It's a joke,
I'm sorry, I'm very bad with jokes.
Master. Yeah, no. Usually, oh shit, that hurt me when you fell.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Usually, if something's purple, it's usually wrong. If it wasn't purple beforehand. Oh, what is going on in this area?
The problem is that it looks like I can jump up to like wall jump off of that, but I actually can't, and it's a.
Hi.
I'm supposed to jump on the platform, so it doesn't let me
Oh.
use the wall climb.
It hurts.
I got a cat falling asleep on my lap. I'm not sorry.
Oh no,
No, that's a good
what a
thing.
shame.
This is the life you've chosen.
It's perfect life I've chosen. Right, Ash? You flick your tail at me, I'm petty. Alright, what else do we got?
Deep
Thieves.
Nest.
Oh, bug boy
Uh,
places?
Would you even say that's music? Or just spooky noises? to
Yeah,
make
no, that
you
was fully
unsettled?
ambiance. And I don't know any
I-
other games that really
mean-
have...
We're not just talking about music. I know you want to make it all about music.
No,
but we-
no, you just brought up music. I was gonna talk about theming in this one. You jumped to the music, not me. Nerd.
Call me a nerd.
I'm calling you a nerd. I can't even think of other areas that really did bug places. Like, did Castlevania have one? I don't even think
I
Order of
think-
Ecclesia
I mean-
had one.
Ori has a spider boss, so it makes sense if it has a spider biome.
Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, like I'd say that whole biome around the spider boss is pretty spider themed.
How was the music in that then? Was that pretty atmospheric?
I don't recall too much, but I think it was.
Yeah. Either that or
Or-
usually if it is music based on bugs or spiders, it's skittery, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Kind of just, it's a very bouncy theme. Honey
Spider
hives?
biomes
Oh
are
yeah,
full
honey
of
hives.
webs.
Honey hives were a thing as well.
Full of webs and things. Things that are dark and spooky.
And then you have the honey hives, which are bright and vibrant.
Mhm.
What are you talking about? You mean like for just any
Oh, no,
bee
yeah.
hive?
The bug
Like
Yeah.
honey
Hollow Knight.
hives. That was a bug area too.
Turns out all the areas in Hollow Knight.
Who would have fucking thunk? A bug Metroid game having bugs? Right, Ash. Anthill biomes. All I can think of when I think of Anthill is the theme from King's Quest V, King Antony's theme. That's all I
King's
can think
Quest,
of.
what's that?
It's literally and that's the whole song. It just repeats infinitely.
Thanks, that sure helps.
I literally just, it's a marching theme because they're ants and they're always marching. So it's just a very marching theme for the ants. Oh, he is poisoned.
Guess I can't roll through the fire projectiles on the ground. It's very unfortunate because my attacks also create the same projectiles. So I'd rather just kind of roll through things.
Too many particle effects, can't tell what's going on.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can tell what's going on, it's just more convenient if I can just roll through them.
This man is not having a good day today. Poor
I'm not having a
concierge.
good day today. Oh.
I guess Elden Ring also had.
Well, we just
ant
parry.
area.
It's actually
Did it?
very easy to
Oh, yeah, it
parry
did.
as well.
And I completely ignored it because I'm like, I'm not dealing with these giant ants. I said no. Then again, I haven't beaten Elden Ring yet. I need to. Oh, he did.
I could not have played that worse, to be honest.
You won. That's all that
I
matters.
got bored and I started trying to parry him and I just kept taking damage.
Ash, my legs are falling asleep. Sorry, I have to stretch them. You might fall off, because I feel your butt sliding. Stilt Village and Slumbering Sanctuary.
Yes, it is kind of a swampy place.
Ooh.
Oh, you love those swamps.
Swamps. It's because I don't get many swamps. That makes me sad, because swamps I feel are very undereaten in Metroidvanias.
Maybe.
But then they have too many of them in Souls-likes.
No, they have too many poison swamps.
The Elden Ring had a fine number of swamps.
The fucking Scarlet Bog.
There were not too
Wanna
many
get down?
swamps.
Wanna get down? No, you're repositioning yourself where you can fall off easier. Okay. You want off. You look like you want off. Yes, you do want off. Bye. Love you.
No idea what this biome is.
Ugh. Fractured shrines. Forcing the pagan cults into the wild parts of the island was once the Were edicts. The king that enjoyed unanimous support.
I assume that this is an ancient ruin type.
Yeah, in the sky. Oh, look at those sneak boys.
You do sometimes have biomes above the clouds. What do those usually have?
Messenger had them too.
Zelda often has sky temples.
Yep. Actually, I can only think of 2 games with sky temples. Twilight Princess and Minish Cap.
Link's Awakening.
Did it have a sky temple? I thought it just had a mountain temple.
There's one that you like fought a bird on top, like a bird boss at the top of it.
That was the mountain, though. When I think sky, I mean, I literally think the floating islands.
Yeah, maybe that one was more mountain.
Yeah, I remember it being more mountainous. Skyblock Ruins biome. Oh no. Also, I'm guessing that was a mimic.
No, it was Cursed Treasure.
Oh.
So you acquire a curse in exchange for some loot. I don't really want loot.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Oh
cursed.
shit! No, we didn't talk about enemy variety in those biomes.
Yeah, we've been talking about like only the music this entire time.
No, we've been also talking about what you usually find there and the feelings.
It's definitely been mostly music and ambiance.
We could have been talking about other stuff too, I just didn't even think about it.
We still have 5 minutes to talk about it.
We
5
do.
minutes.
So
take
deserts,
a
you usually
part
find
three.
mummies, skeletons, and more like pharaohs, shit like that.
have to do a
In
part
ice
three.
biomes.
Sandworms.
Huh?
And like sandworms and
Sandworms, usually like
ant
cats,
lions. Yeah.
scarabs, scorpions. Thank you. I forgot about the scorpions. In good old ice biomes, you usually find bears, polar bears. Wanna wreck your shit? Vikings. Oh, you usually find snakes in Egyptian biomes as well.
Of course.
They like having a lot of like ice golems and ice areas.
Yep, they do.
Just with people in their golems sometimes.
Yeah, they're an easy enemy you can just shove anywhere.
And you can make them fit the biome. Just like whatever element the biome is, then
Yep.
you just shove that in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I
You
will
can make-
say. Oh,
I was gonna say, you can make any biome you want just by combining elements from other biomes.
oh, easily. And I was gonna say for plant biomes, you usually have like plants that want to eat you, and Venus weeds. So plants with tits on them for some reason. That's a trend.
Yes. You're all you think about is Castlevania.
It's a trend in other games. I feel is just like making a sexy dryad nymph or something. That's kind of common. Also, yeah, why wouldn't I be thinking about Castlevania? That's where most of my Metroidvania experience comes from. What do you mean?
Maybe you could play some other games, expand your horizons.
I have played a lot of Metroidvanias. What do you mean? And a lot of Metroid-like adjacents.
Name for
Name 4 other than Castlevania?
yeah.
Metroid, Metroid Zero Mission, Super Metroid. I would say Metroid. I'm gonna just count that as one. Messenger, Astalon, and Lava Lana.
Wow.
You said Astalon isn't a Metroidvania.
I said Metroid-like adjacent as well.
Oh, okay.
And that's why the only reason the Messenger was in that list as well. I don't consider the Messenger Metroid. Hell nah. Living ice enemies, yep, the golems. Plants are usually like the plant monster boys. A lot of birds, a lot of stuff like that.
What
And-
about the opposite? Fire.
Fire?
Magma
Usually
Tower.
find a lot of rocks, a lot of Ifrits.
Fire golem.
Fire golems.
Yeah.
Ifrits. Fire keys. Usually things that can shoot fire, like bone pillars and stuff.
They usually have a lot of stuff that's like living in the lava that
Yep.
just jumps out at you.
Yeah, lava frogs, lava snakes, dragons.
I do find it kind of annoying when there's like an elemental biome and then just every enemy in that biome has to be related to the element.
Yeah, why can't we have our lava sharks already? All my freaking lava sharks.
Well,
Salamanders, yep.
Like, why
You-
can't we just have skeletons? And
right. Right, you can have
Also-
enemies that aren't fire version of this enemy.
I gotta address what Quigley said. Salamanders are one of the 4, European, so to speak, elementals. That's not a D&D enemy. Because it goes salamanders, sylphs, gnomes, and undines. So sylphs are air, gnomes are earth, undines are water, and then salamanders are fire. They're considered the embodiment of that element. Gosh.
I'd rather have the embodiment of the element than just
Yeah.
fire worm.
Well, no, you get those
The
with
worm,
the
but it's on fire.
Dodongos. Like the Dodongos and stuff in Zelda, you get those boys. Newts or the giant snake dudes. Ah, yes. Snake pecks.
Oh, I love
Snacks,
snake dudes.
if you will.
You're going back to Argonian boobs.
No, I'm talking about snake boy pecs. Thank you. God. I was not talking about snitties right now. Gosh.
Yeah, the snakes
Pretty
in
closely
Order of
related.
Ecclesia are great.
Oh, the lizardmen?
Best lizard people.
I really liked them in Harmony of Dissonance,
Oh,
if I'm
snake
gonna be
people.
honest. I will
I don't remember what
even...
those look like. I blocked Harmony of Distance out of my memory.
Oh,
for the
that
most
is
part,
very fair, and I do not blame you whatsoever. Oh, dwarves! Dwarves and lava and earth biomes. There we go. Can't forget the good old dwarves.
You noticed I am in a clock tower, and it is, of course, says time-related stuff.
I don't see a single gear on the screen though.
There's
There
a
are
bell
bells,
tower.
though.
Maybe they actually have decent infrastructure and keep the gears where they need to be.
Yeah, that's out in the open.
I mean, after seeing their sewers, I don't
That's
believe they
true,
did that
that's
first.
true.
I mean, this tower does still have a caretaker, spoiler alert.
I mean, that makes sense that the boss is gonna be something related to the clock tower. I don't know if that's considered a spoiler. Oh, this is very much a clock tower theme, though.
Yeah. It has bells.
It
Actually,
has
isn't it more of
bells.
a bell tower than a clock tower?
Yeah.
Call it clock tower, but I mean,
Like,
you
have
can
have we seen any clocks?
Well, bells go off for like the time and stuff. Like
They can.
tell you the time. That's why they're
Or they
in
can
the
be
clock
manually-
tower.
Yeah.
Why it's but it's why they're in the clock tower. So why wouldn't a clock tower have bells? Like why does a clock tower having bells make it not a clock tower?
Because I don't see no clock, therefore it's not a
Yeah.
clock tower.
Yeah, that's
The
what I was
clock's on the
saying.
outside. What do you mean?
You should still be able to see it. In the
It's on the-
moon's glow, like
Yeah.
a Castlevania game.
Maybe the clock's at the top and I just haven't gotten there yet.
That's fair. Well, actually, you would know since you've beaten it.
Well, I don't remember.
There shouldn't be maybe. You should know.
Why,
Oh,
why would I
geez, your
remember
quality
one
just
environmental
fucking
detail?
dipped. Holy shit.
It's because the stream knows it's after 11:30.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
10:30 first of all.
All my bandwidth goes towards the stream. I can't use any of it when I'm doing other things. So if I go for more than 90 minutes, my bandwidth, my internet just cuts off.
Just shuts off. It knows.
the
Alright,
week.
done. I guess at the very start of the stream, we did talk a bit about enemies, and then we completely dropped it. We were talking about
Yeah.
the rats and skeletons, and then never again.
We have to do a part 3 or
No,
whatever.
we do not need to do a part 3.
There's so many topics we haven't reached.
There's a lot with biomes.
I mean,
We
I
can
listed like
save it.
ideas to talk about 4 biomes underneath the biomes. Did we talk
Did
about
you?
any of those? Yeah.
Let me check.
You didn't read my list?
Well, I copied and pasted it, and then I guess I didn't get all of it.
Yeah.
I was at work trying
that was the
to
whole
get
point
home.
of it.
I was
because
trying
I'm
to get
playing the game. I
home.
can't think when I'm playing video games because my attention
I
is
was trying to
split.
get home so I could do the stream now. Sorry, I have a second job. That
Okay.
is
Yeah, why do
done
you-
tomorrow.
Why do you think I've arranged so that all of my footage is pre-recorded when, like, it's my week to do things?
Yeah, but I'm the one streaming it. I
What do
actually
you
have to
just-
stay, like, in the window. I can't even have Discord popped out right now because it kind of glitches.
Yeah, but you don't have to play while you're doing that.
Oh, let me look at my phone. 1 second.
Yeah, this is a fast-paced video game. and
Ideas.
I need to not do stupid things.
Ambiance, music, emotional resonance, rising tension, place in the game, backgrounds, art direction, easiness to create, weird biomes, and then tile set versus hand-drawn versus 3D. Yeah, we could have a part 3.
There.
We could have a part 3. But yeah,
But this seems like a good stopping point.
it does, yeah.
Yeah.
We talked
Oh.
about a lot of stuff.
I could try to get to the boss of the clock tower. Or we could just stop here, and you'll never know if I beat it or not.
I mean, we'll know. No one else will know.
It's Dead Cells. You don't actually beat this game.
We'll probably die in the next 10 seconds.
You got this.
You
I
are
believe in
you are out of potions and low on life.
Yes.
So I guess we can go until you die.
Yeah. Now watch him not die for the next hour.
You know, I actually gotta try hard. Not die.
Channel the same energy you did to like get through the Gensu tree first try.
The concierge?
Well,
No, the Gensu tree in Ori.
Oh, the Gensu tree. Okay. I was so confused.
No reason not to take the cursed sword if I'm gonna die in one hit in this. Yes.
That little guy is freaking persistent. Holy shit.
He wants it.
Oh. Good try.
That sucks.
Too bad you didn't have 6 more cells.
His unfortunately, it seems his weapon doesn't like the dash. If you even touch the back of him, it just hurts
Oh,
you.
it still hurts you. Gotcha.
And he comboed it left and right, so I kind of landed on top of him, and it just hurt me, which
Yeah.
sucks. That's actually one thing I don't like about this game too much, is that it's really reliant on you like using iframes. And
Yeah.
I mean, you have a lot of iframes when you dash or when you dodge roll, but you do have to do it a lot. I mean, you saw with that boss earlier who was flying around the arena. The only way to really dodge his dashes if you're in the way is to just iframe through his entire body,
Oh
or else he'll
god.
damage you.
Mhm.
Alright, but have a nice night, everyone. Thanks for tuning
Have a
in,
good
and yeah,
night.
we'll have a 3rd part at some point.
It will never end. We'll never actually get stalked by everything.
Too many biomes. Alright, bye.
Bye.